phenomenon of zombie spread in Italy. The Renaissance Italy was one of the most important stages in the history of the European continent. But this stage has also been accompanied by a dark side. Sailors returning from the New World, America, brought syphilis with them. That spread all over the French army. Soldiers brought with them a smallpox epidemic throughout Europe. There were no antibiotics at the time, so the disease spread. The victims of this disease suffered skin deformation and ulceration. Sometimes the nose, lips, and some body parts were completely gone. It is what makes these patients look like zombie or dead living who return to life in horror movies. A shocking truth from King Tutankhamun. Researchers found strange facts about the Tutankhamun family. They said that his father was Pharaoh Akhenaten, who ruled in the 14th century BC, while his mother's identity remained unknown. But samples of his nuclear acid, in addition to those of other mummies, revealed that his mother might have been one of Akhenaten's sisters. This strange marriage explains the suffering of King Tut from the health troubles and bone deformities. This sort of forbidden relationship has been spread in ancient Egypt. What happens to the brain after the executed by guillotine? Some studies have suggested that the human mind continues to be conscious for seconds after the execution by guillotine. Evidence shows that human consciousness continues after the heart has completely stopped functioning and the collapse of kinetic ability. Although there is no strong scientific evidence, scientists believe that hearing is the last missing senses before death, and one can hear voices from around it even in the final stages of his life. A king forces his entourage to salute his loved one's body. In the 14th century, there was a prince in Portugal called Dom Pedro. He fell in love with a lady called Inés de Castro. But he faced many obstacles. His father, King Alfonso IV, did not agree with their association. The prince was married to another woman. The two lovers insisted on marriage, so the king killed Inés de Castro. When this king died, Don Pedro became the ruler of the country 2 years later. He recovered the body of his beloved from the grave and make it wear a royal dress. His entourage and aides were forced to kiss her hand. The youngest mother gave birth when she 5 years old. Lena Medina, born September 27, 1933, is the youngest known mother in medical history, placing her birth at the age of 5. Lena was born in Peru. At the age of 5 her father took her to hospital because of an increase in the size of her stomach, which he initially thought was a tumor, but doctors concluded that she was in her 7th month of pregnancy. On May 14, 1939, she placed a male baby after the birth of a cesarean. The son thought Lena was his sister until he discovered that she was his mother when he reached 10. The child grew naturally and died at the age of 40 in 1979 because of a bone marrow disease. There was no evidence that Lena Medina's pregnancy was carried out in an abnormal manner.